Welcome back to All In Driving. I'm at the Sonoma Raceway in California at Velocity Invitational. I just got to the parking lot, about to head inside and see what this weekend's all about. So the Group 4 cars are just about to get going. They got about 2 minutes left. This is 63 to 68 SECA. You're not gonna be able to hear me, I don't think, very well, but they're gonna take off. So I'm gonna spin you around and get you as they go. Next up, headed out to the track, are the Le Mans and IMSA and prototypes and GT cars from 95 to 2016. There's a lot of really cool cars in here. A couple Porsches, Viper, I think a couple Audis, some Peugeots, some really cool cars. We've got about 1 minute. They're gonna take off here pretty soon. We'll get you turned around and check these cars out. Instead of watching these cars on the straight, watch them come up the hill, round 1 and 2. We'll cross over the bridge and see what's on the infield here. Nice and in the shade. Pretty good view of the track once we get over here. So there's some flexibility if you want to see some other stuff compared to the grandstands. Just a minute ago, over where I'm showing you now, they did a little drift session. I'm not sure if it was a ride-along, but I know they were offering ride-along drift sessions as well as ride-along rally sessions. I don't know where those are held. I'm sure on the back side of the hill somewhere. On the way up the hill, it's kind of right behind the grandstands. We got some lowriders here. Tim Paula's definitely one of a kind. And then on the left, Dirtfish, who is up in Snoqualmie in the Seattle area. Just take you guys around the paddock really quick and show you what cars are in specific groups. So these cars are Group 1 cars, 47 to 56, sports racing, production cars, Triumph, Porsches. I think what happened was about halfway halfway we got to Group 2 cars. This is that number 35 that I was watching. I think it's pretty sick. 1957 Monsterati Special. That's awesome. Looking at Group 4, this is the first group I saw go out, and it is 63 to 68 SCCA production sports cars. With some pretty cool cars here. Porsches. Basically, this whole side is the Group 4s. I believe they're on the other side too. So there are. I wish I could count that. That is an awesome Corvette. The thing that I find interesting with this grouping is you've got these other cars, these Lotuses, these small cars that are a couple feet off the ground, and then compared to those, you've got the Corvettes, a couple Mustangs that sit quite a bit higher. So ride height varies a lot in this group. And then this Alpine, I don't know if he ended up getting out there. We didn't see him get off the line. That Alpine is pretty sweet as well. Group 9, these are my dad's favorite cars, 66 and 72 Trans Am cars. These are one of the coolest ones to watch out actually on the track racing, because they raced at a time where American muscle was at its height. So, Challengers, we've got Mustangs, and then you've got the AMC Javelin. This car is pretty unique, pretty cool. The only Javelin I've seen out here. I'm gonna let these guys push out. Group 5. I'm looking at cars from 66 to 79. There's the Beetle. These are the same cars that were just on the other side that we were looking at. Alfa Romeos. These are the ones that just came in to the paddock, so we just saw them. We're not going to look at a bunch of those. No blue ones. Finally, we get to the big boys, Group 8. These are the Le Mans and IMSA prototypes, the GT cars, the ones we just saw out there. So they get the actual garage space. Imagine they're the ones that actually need a lot more adjustments, a lot more work in between. This one's an RSR. You guys let me know in the comments which of these you like better, but man, the curves on the older generations, I know it's got a little bit of a wide body fender kit on it, but that's a 97. I think that 95, 97, like those years are my jam for these Porsches. Big old Mercedes. Look how big this car is. Damn. That's something else. Look at that. Chrysler Viper. Not even a Dodge. Interesting. Very interesting. Peugeot with its front off. Don't know where that is. Probably gonna need that before they go back out. Handful of Porsches. You got the R8. 458. Those are two really nice cars next to each other. I want to compare that to the 97. I don't know. That's pretty awesome. So next we've got Group 3, Formula Junior cars. These are a lot of ones that I have wanted to see in person. Would love to drive one day. 61 Lotus. Since we've got doors kind of closed, they're trying to keep these cars cooled off. I'm gonna slide over the Group 7. Some older Porsches down the way, but these Beamers are awesome. Find a little shade for ourselves even. I'm gonna get around to these Beamers. sliding in. So we've got some really cool F1 Formula show cars here. The first one was driven by Mario Andretti. This is the car, if I was gonna get in a single-seater Formula car, this is the first one that I would try and get into. Unlike those other junior Formula cars, this one, look at these fat tires on this. This is amazing. We've got a Dallara driven by Bruno Senna. Porsche's first Formula One car when they came back into the sport in '91, and then the '97 Ferrari. You can see how tight these spaces are to sit in and drive. But the really cool thing is seeing them like this. You can get in and actually see the motors, see all the working bits that you never get to see on TV. Of course, now with the new Formula cars, they have everything's covered. How are you gonna fit in there? I'm not a big man, and I'm not sure that I could fit in one of these cars. But look how simple, all these gauges, everything, the wheel itself is just basic wheel. Nothing on the wheel. But as we go towards you're gonna see a handful of buttons. It looks like, what, 6 buttons on the wheel? We could buy this. We could buy this. We should talk to Scott and see what they want for this. I'm gonna guess 3.2 million? What do you guys think? I'll look it up. I'll look it up and find out. I want to take a couple minutes and talk through my top 5 favorite cars at this event. This Pagani Huayra is gorgeous, but it falls just outside of my top 5. The rest are in no particular order, but the first one I want to mention is the Apollo IE. IE stands for Intensa Emozione, which is intense emotion, and it's kind of the vibe I get when I look at this car. The angles, the lines, I have not seen a spoiler like that outside of maybe the Batmobile. Look at that exhaust. Next on the list is the Ford GT. This car takes me back a little bit. You know, the GT40, GT90 was a prototype, and then kind of mash those together, make them modern. Finally, for the hypercars, this McLaren Senna is probably the most gorgeous car I've ever seen. There are 3 of these at the event. This one may not be my favorite. I'm gonna go through all 3 of those in another day, and we can kind of compare them. Then we've got 2 other cars that are not hypercars. The first one is Subaru's Project Midnight. It is the fastest road Subaru. It was the 2nd fastest car at Goodwood, and it is super cool. And last but definitely not least is Travis Pastrana's Family Huckster. It's a 1993 Subaru GL, which was in his Gymkhana 2022 video. And this thing is friggin' sweet. It's got active aero. It's got everything you could throw into a crazy hooning car, and definitely in my top 5. It feels like every time I'm headed somewhere, I get distracted. That is the curse of being a car guy at a car show. 911 GT2. It's pretty cool. We got a T-Bird. But what drew me in here is actually probably not the most unique and not the most exciting car. The LFA is what brought me here. Lexus is sweet. I just want to talk about this green Ferrari that's here. It's a 97 550 GTS, beautiful, green with white wheels. This Ferrari is one of my favorite Ferraris, and it's also a perfect example about what I love about cars in general and styling that I like. You can see that front is wide, the front fender, and then it kind of scoops in, and then it's got these wide hips in the back. It's up for auction, along with that painting over there that Sam is doing. I asked if the painting was up for sale or auction, and it's not, but you can get the painting if you win this car in the Sotheby's auction. I don't know what it's going to go for. I'd be scared to ask, but beautiful, beautiful. Not every day that you see a green Ferrari. So we're getting ready for the global time attack. This is gonna be the fastest cars out here today. Not the least of which is the Subaru Project Midnight. We've got a Supra, a Viper, Porsche, BMW. I don't remember the name of that truck. Another Beamer, and this AMG Mercedes. I'm gonna get a couple of these cars go. Hoping to get them all pretty quick, and then head up and watch. Thanks. That's the car I want to win. I mean, I'd love for a Toyota to be fastest, but a couple cars close to each other. 5 in the pickup. What I'm really ready for, what I'm waiting for is that Project Midnight to come around the corner. So the day's winding down and the time attack is almost over. I got word from one of the Subaru folks that Project Midnight ran a lap 6 seconds faster than any other car. So it's gonna save the motor for tomorrow, Sunday, and I'm excited to watch. Then I'll try to be up here instead of down below and get some cool shots. We'll see you guys in the morning.